So I began to ask, well, what is the feminine? Well, where is the feminine in Tibetan Buddhism? In particular, I know about Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Jesus, and I connected with them a little bit. But at this point, I was very much in the Tibetan Buddhist world. So the main goddess figure in Tibetan Buddhism is a figure called Tara. So Graham mentioned Tara in Ireland at some point, and it's not the same one. There may be a link, but insofar as she's a goddess, but this one is very much a Tibetan Buddhist figure, the one that I connected with. And she'd been there all along. So Tara is, I can explain a little bit about who Tara is, because it's not, should I do that? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Fascinating,
Well, Tara, you can understand her at different levels. So essentially, she is a Buddha in female form, if you like. So she's fully enlightened. She represents the fully enlightened state. But the feminine in Buddhism is also very much synonymous with wisdom. The masculine is more compassion, the feminine wisdom. And Tara is seen, if you like, on 3 levels. So you can see her at the ultimate absolute level, where she is beyond any form whatsoever. So she's one with the formless. She's the kind of the void out of which all life comes, like the Great Mother, births all manifest forms and then takes all manifest forms back into her. So that's the great cosmic mother, if you like. That's Tara. And then at a level slightly closer to our ordinary everyday experiences, a level that in Buddhism is known as the Sambhogakaya, which is where you meet the deities, where you meet the goddess in her deity-like form, which is how you would see Tara. So if you go to a monastery, you see Tara depicted in tankas, like behind me. There's one, that's Tara there. And you see her depicted as statues.
Yeah, I see.
So that's how she appears. And at the Sambhogakaya level, I like to think of that more like angels. So if you imagine you are on a spiritual quest, if you like, to connect with the absolute, which we might see as out there, but of course it's actually our essential nature, then we need, I think of it as a kind of a portal or an intermediary, a kind of middle, a bridge to go into that, because it's very hard for us with our busy minds to go straight into the absolute. So we need a kind of a form that helps us get there. So the deity form is a very pure form of light. It looks 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional in the form that you meet in the monastery, if you like. But actually, when we're doing visualization, we're always asked to visualize light. It's rainbow-like qualities. The deity is rainbow-like. It's not solid. She's made of light. So that is another form of Tara, that you will meet her as the goddess, as the deity, when you're doing the practices, which are very important in Tibetan Buddhism, the sadhana practices. You're visualizing her outwardly, and then you're visualizing yourself as her, and then you're merging the two in order to do away with the duality that we normally live in, to begin to approach the oneness. So that's also Tara. And then you can also say and see that Tara can manifest at our 3D level. So she may be will be a woman, she may be an animal, she may be a rock. You just don't know, but she could be anything, because the power to manifest, to help beings, because essentially Tara is here to help us. She comes in different colors and different forms, the main ones being green Tara and white Tara. But green Tara is the one that most people might know, because she's the one that people have in their households. She's also the practice that many monasteries do first thing in the morning, the green Tara practice, 21 Tara practice. And this particular Tara, the green one, is associated with dynamic compassion and action and stepping in to help you, from rescue you from danger or from suffering or from fear, or to help remove obstacles in your life or in your spiritual practice. So that would be green Tara. And then there's also white Tara, who is the one that I'm actually particularly close to now, but wasn't at the time. And she's connected to healing and long life, good health, wisdom. And she has 7 eyes, which are connected to her wisdom. But you begin to relate to Tara as an external being, but she is also within us. She's in you. She's not. Although Tara made this promise when she was there was a particular woman, princess, who in real life, this is historically, who was regarded as an incredibly good practitioner by the monks of the day. And they were all saying to her, well, you're really quite impressive, and we're going to pray for you that you can be born as a man in your next life, so that you can be a monk and really make progress on your spiritual path. And she's like, well, actually, here there's no man, there's no woman, there's no this, there's no that. She did away with all those dualities and those distinctions. And she said, and if you think, basically, that because I'm in a woman's body, I'm limited, you're wrong. And I'm going to prove that by always manifesting in a female form from now on. So that was Tara's specific promise, which means she is, for women, often a very important figure.
Wisdom Moon, right? Her name is Wisdom Moon.
Yes, Wisdom Moon, exactly. But she's also, she's, because we humans have, as you know, the male and the female within us all. So it's very important to activate the feminine, whether you're a man or a woman, those qualities of compassion and nurturing and wisdom, in the case of particularly white Tara, but Tara generally, to bring balance, or to bring those qualities, nurturing qualities forward, which we need so much in our world. We need so much.
Very true. We need integration. Yeah, Jung 101. We all have an anima and animus, and we have to figure out in our lives the right balance to be individuated, to deal with our shadow. So, yeah, obviously, Jung didn't invent anything. He just looked at other traditions, Gnosticism and the idea of Sophia and the Logos, and like you were talking right now, the balance within each one of it. And I love it that she is a goddess that's transcendent. She helps us go to the next level, but she also works in your real material world, like Santa Muerte works with my material world. So she has many levels of dealing with or expressing herself.
Definitely. You can sort of meet her on many levels, many frequencies, you could say.
That's
many frequencies. Yeah.
And she's also doesn't she also help souls get to the next level? Isn't that one of her big roles? Or
she helps cross the ocean of samsara. That's one of the things that they say about Tara. And that is the journey from identifying, as we generally do, at the level of our human self with the ego self, kind of that personalized individual identity. We can get very stuck there and completely miss who we actually really are. And then we get caught in samsara, this sort of duality, self, other, and chasing after pleasure and running away from pain because we're trying to secure ourselves at the level of our everyday identity. And whereas when you cross that ocean of samsara, which Tara helps you do, then you begin to discover or encounter or remember or reawaken the true self, which is beyond all of that. Yeah.
Beautiful. And also, I guess it's important to understand the way Tibetans see the gods. It's different than Tara is not on a cloud or on Mount Olympus. She's not, you know what I mean? She's not a single ontology. They see gods as multifaceted, I don't know, archetypes, egregores. They're within us, but they're outside. Is that more or less? It's good to know this way to see the gods, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's not because as you say, we tend to think of them as very concrete, discrete entities over there.
Yeah, and he's got a mailing address and he shoots lightning bolts or something.
Yes. No, she's not. We're encouraged not to see her like that. We see her more like, well, really, ultimately, to see ourselves as that. Ultimately, Tara is my true self. It's your true self, because at the essence of all the deities is the same. It's the enlightened essence. They all have the same essence. We have that same essence. So it's about trying to activate that and bring that to the foreground of consciousness, so that we start to identify, if we're going to identify at all, which is difficult not to, but then we start to identify more as that, more as our kind of enlightened self, rather than our everyday suffering self. That's
Right.
the idea. But it's light, just that you're trying to sort of see light, see things as like a hologram, you might say. See Tara as a hologram, see-through. She's transparent. She's emitting light. And also try to get a felt sense of those qualities within one's own consciousness, because in some ways it's more important what we feel than what we see. It's awakening the heart. The heart needs to come into alignment with these qualities.
Join Patreon, AB Prime, or Red Circle and get full episodes and podcast summary and other cool bonuses. Clean, edited episodes on a private RSS feed. And no more commercials. Support Aeon Byte.